Okay, Aries, we're going to do your twin flame reading as promised for June 2022. Now I'm going to be using two different decks here. I'm going to be using the Twin Flames and Separation Messages, in which I'll pull a few cards, probably 3 cards from that deck, and then the other one is just going to be a standard Twin Flame Oracle deck. But they are both by the same creator. And so we will start with the Twin Flames and Separation Messages. Now, the Twin Flame journey is very hard. This is also going to be for Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's very, very difficult. I'm on the Twin Flame journey myself. This is a very passionate topic for me. If you're like me, you're either the runner or the chaser, or vice versa, or you've switched the roles, or the roles, they intertwine. For me, I'm no longer the chaser. I've given that up because it's pointless. The longer you chase, the longer they run. And so, let's get to it. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I decided to do these videos off camera because I just kind of want to get these, out of the way for June, without, having to do all the other stuff that it involves. All right, so for Aries, allow me to be a clear channel for Aries for their Twin Flame reading for June 2022. Okay, so what does Aries Twin Flame, or what does Aries need to know about their Twin Flame journey at this time? Or what does Aries, let's ask this question, better question. What does Aries Twin Flame want to say to them at this time? What does Aries Twin Flame want to say to them at this time? What does Aries Twin Flame want to say to them at this time? What does Aries Twin Flame want to say to them at this time? I'm coming to you with an offer. Will you say yes? When I offer you my hand, will you take it? So, if you are indeed a twin flame and you're just not confusing this with a soulmate, you would already have some type of, inclination of this, or some type of inner knowing, and so, that's good news, but if you're where I'm at in the twin flame journey, you're probably scared, don't know what to do, because there's the whole empath narcissist dynamic, and this is not for all twin flames. Some twin flame experts will try to tell you that there's no way that the twin flame journey would be violent, or would have any type of abuse, or to me, that's just not true, because I think it would pretty much depend on the life that you lived, and also the signs in regards to, what your twin flame signs are in their zodiac chart. For example, Aries, an Aries twin flame situation or journey might be a whole lot more warrior-like, unless they are on the cusp of Pisces, which may be more gentle. But like a full-fledged Aries, or like on the cusp of Taurus, there could be a whole lot of violence in regards to a twin flame journey. And so, it's not going to resonate with everyone, but, Aries is ruled by Mars. That's the planet of war, and, that's what the Romans worshipped, and they made the exact same metal that, that basically exists on Mars, which is iron. They made all their shields, their weapons, and everything out of it. So, take it how it resonates. What else does Aries Twin Flame want to say to them at this time? What else does Aries Twin Flame want to say to them at this time? What else does Aries Twin Flame want to say to them at this time? What else does Aries Twin Flame want to say to them at this time? Okay. I still feel deeply connected to you, but I won't admit it. So, anybody that's on the twin flame journey, that's definitely going to resonate for them. Put these here. it's definitely going to resonate for them, because depending on which one you are, this could be for cross watchers as well. But you're going to have one that just won't admit to anything. They're going to deny it. They're going to be in denial for the most part of it. And then the other twin is going to think they're going crazy. And but here's the thing for both of you, cross watchers, and for the ones that are watching for their twins. Regardless of how you word it, we know what you know, and this is me, the former chaser, talking to the runner. We know. We are connected to you on all levels. So if you actually think for 1 second that we don't know how you feel, then you're just confused. You don't understand the journey. But advice in regards to the chaser. Just don't be trying to convince them. The more you try to convince, the more you chase, the more they will run. I said that in the beginning, but I'm saying it again, because it's the way it's supposed to be. The journey is more about, it's not so much about finding the one as it is becoming the one. And you may never merge with your twin flame. I mean, you've already merged if you've been intimate or sexual, which is a whole nother story. But it's more about self, like for me, I'm not trying to make the reading about me, I'm just giving examples. It's more about me finding myself and loving myself and understanding that was the key to all of it. Because many of the twin flames, it's all about abandonment, a lot of abandonment issues. There's different lessons for all of them, but the ones that basically met from 2012 up, like 2012, 2017, maybe a little bit after that, the ones that went through that's the one I can relate to. And there's also a video that you should check out called Twins Astrology, and it talks about how the eclipses and how anybody that met their twin in 2012, you should check that out. It's about the 9-year cycle. I checked it out because it basically shows how all these cycles, how it led to the bubble love phase or the love bombing, however you want to word that. And it also shows how what caused you to separate, and how with this last eclipse that we had in Scorpio, how that could bring you back together. So, or at least a very significant change that you would notice. Okay, so what else does Aries need to know? What else does the Aries twin flame want to tell them at this time, or would tell them if there wasn't an ego present? What else would the, let's say, higher self of Aries twin flame like to say to them at this time? Well, there's too many cards, but I feel like I abandoned you and myself. When we broke up, I want to reconcile. So be on the lookout for a reconciliation at this time, especially during Mercury retrograde, and there's also Pluto retrograde, so that could have something to do with it. Alright, so let me switch decks here and see what you need to know individually. Not sure what this camera will pick up. Hopefully you can still see them real well. Eventually I'm going to get me a new camera. This one was cheap when I first started the YouTube channel, so I wanted to get something that would, basically be universal and can do everything. It's been pretty good so far. What does Aries need to know about their twin flame journey currently? Union, reconciliation, eternal love, your time has come. So, something I want to also mention is that when the twin flame situation, when I first heard about it, before I ever seen it as another person, it was called twin flame ascension, and you can go back and look at articles. Like if you Google twin flame ascension and add the date 2012, you'll see articles where they talk about that it was more of a merging of the higher self and lower self first. And so I went through many years of being confused and not understanding, what it all meant. But it is a merging. The more spiritual twin, they will go through a process of many different initiations, integrations, attunements, especially if you're actually doing the work like DNA activations, things like that. And they will really evolve while the other one, for the most part, will trail behind. And that's the process. It's basically light and dark. And so although it may seem that the other twin is not doing anything, they really are, because when you're doing the work, they're doing it whether they even understand it consciously or not. They're going through trials and tribulations just as you are, but it's one of those situations that you may not see it. And if your twin is the type that is in the narcissistic phase, or they may not all be that, just like I said, take what resonates, but if they're in that narcissistic phase where they just hurt you and have no regard of your feelings and are completely in denial of everything and confused, you're just gonna have to accept that. And I know that may seem like I'm saying like it's easy. It's not. It's the hardest thing I've ever had to go through in my entire life. I can't even believe I decided to actually go through something like this. But when I look back at all the pain and the anguish and everything that I experienced during that journey, it really was a blessing in a lot of ways, because I've really come into my own. And a lot of people have come to the conclusion that the twin flame journey is just more of a catalyst. And so it being a catalyst for you, the individual twin flame, the chaser or the runner, however you want to look at it, mainly from my perspective, the chaser going through these initiations and learning self-love and learning that you're worth it, depending on what lessons you're supposed to learn in this life. Many are going to resonate with what I'm talking about, though. All right, so what else does Aries need to know about their twin flame journey at this time? What else does Aries need to know in regards to their twin flame journey at this time? What else does Aries need to know in regards to their twin flame journey at this time? Sacred space, altar, prayer, candles, commune with your own divinity. So, you may already have something like this set up, depending if you are the runner or the chaser, or, if you play both roles, But it is a good thing to have a sacred space so that you can commune with your own divinity. Me personally, my entire, place is sacred space, because I just do the work anywhere, But it can help to have a dedicated space, because then that room is always clean, or you have everything in that room, or that space rather, that is just there for you to initiate contact or with your divinity, or have meditate, whatever you want to do. For me, the sacred space right now is the room where I do the tarot, which is what we are filming in right now. But like I said, I do sessions and energy work and everything else, like all over my place. So just depending on how I feel at that moment. Okay, so what else does Aries need to know about their twin flame journey at this time? What else does Aries need to know about their twin flame journey at this time? What else does Aries need to know? Okay, so runner. Escape from emotion and confusion on the run. So just take it how it resonates, but that could be, either one of you. A lot of people that I feel like I'm going to attract on this reading are definitely going to be the chasers, and I would appreciate your comments also to let me know, because this is a very fascinating subject for me. I'd like to know who I'm dealing with, and I would also like to hear about your perspectives. If you're the runner, I would like to understand your perspective. It's not just going to help me out, it's going to help a lot of other people that are going through this thing. So I guess I'm asking you in a way to have compassion for all other twins. And, and we learn from each other. We learn from a lot of different things. But if you are the type, and I will say this, a lot of people confuse the twin flame with a soulmate. I would say it's a type of soulmate, but if you're the type of person that thinks you met your twin and you just got together and you've never separated and you've been together and you're married for 20 years, I just don't agree with that. I don't agree that is your twin. That's more of a life partner or life partner soulmate, because if you've experienced what me and many others have experienced, and I know, and they know, and everyone else knows that it ain't that simple. And a lot of people are not going to want to hear that, but that's just the truth. That's how it is. It's not about getting together and staying together. My twin told me last time I spoke to them. She sat there and said it straight out. She said, "Oh, the person I'm with is my twin flame," and with no with no regard at all. And it made me angry there for a minute. I was kind of mad, but I just said, "Oh well, if that's how you feel, and I know this, that whoever I'm meant to be won't pass me by. Be with won't pass me by." So I could tell that she didn't like that, and it is what it is. But it's a very tough thing, and you can't allow people to not see your worth, and you can't allow people to put you down, and you can't allow people to be abusive to you. And that's what all this is about, understanding your value and your self-love, and just everything that goes hand in hand with that. And many of you are going to resonate with that, the ones that actually watch the reading. You're going to understand and going to relate. So Aries, basically that's what I have for you, and I really hope that this message has helped you, or these messages have helped you. I just want to be able to help as many people as possible in regards to this journey and what I've learned, and things of that nature. It can be very difficult. Just know that you're strong enough to go through this, and whichever one you are, runner, chaser, or both, or whatever, vice versa, roles reversed, just know that it's about unconditional love, and it's about loving yourself first unconditionally and finding that within yourself. And when you actually find that within yourself, you will be able to look at your twin and love them just the same. Now, me personally, I can honestly say that I'm close to that. I do. It's definitely unconditional love, but as of right now, how I feel, I don't know how I would feel about it. It would have to be a very dramatic change, and it would have to be, many different things. And a lot of times, I'll get cards in regards to these readings and things. It says, let go of control issues. Well, there's a difference in controlling someone and having a sense of control about yourself and how you feel about the reading, and not the reading, but the relationship. Because you have to set boundaries. You have to let people know how you're supposed to be treated. For that purpose, this whole thing, I've had to let a lot of people go because of that. And one thing I've found is by letting those people go, a lot more success, a lot more things come to your way, because you're freeing up, all this energy that you have invested in other people. And these other people, whether they know it or not, they are subconsciously, siphoning energy off of you, or, you have some kind of connection until you sever it. And once you sever it, you start to feel free. And it's just like some of you might have noticed, whenever you donate stuff, more things come back to you. It's because you're freeing up your energy field. You're freeing up your investment that you have in these things. So hopefully all that was helpful. I do appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the likes, shares, and subscribes, Aries. And hopefully this time I'll get a better response from all the zodiac signs with these readings. And hope that you have a great rest of June. I'll be back sometime in June to do other readings. And you have a great rest of your month. Thanks.